Of course, Rain and Light, that is a great match as well. We'll talk more about that when we get to it. But our first match, of course, as you see, Action versus Ware. These guys are both badass serves.
They are. These guys are killers. We're going to bring Action out first. He's going to go on stage, take a bow, then go to his respective PC. And Action, this guy is a practice monster. He is constantly laddering, always pushing himself. And he's shown some pretty crazy stuff recently. I mean,
yeah,
he's obviously got very solid fundamentals, but he seems to be doing a lot of pretty crazy risk-taking stuff, at least in his recent games. In some cases, that's showing a lot of success as well.
Well, we saw him in ASL. He won the group at Death that had Flash, Jaedong, and Light in it, which was just crazy to see. But he did make it out of there and lost to Shuttle in a very close series in the round of 8 of ASL. So, like he was saying, if you did catch the group selection phase, he's pretty confident on getting reasonably far in this tournament. I don't think he's looking at this tournament as a tournament he'll necessarily win, because he's never done anything like that. But getting out of this group is something that could occur for him, even though it's a very tough group.
I think when you're Action, you take it one part of the tournament at a time. I think everybody wants to be able to win the tournament and become the best, but he's growing. Mm-hmm. He's now achieving results he hasn't had before, and I think you got to keep that ball rolling, keep moving forward. And I think this is a really good challenge for him right here, right now with Ware.
Yeah, it should be a good one as well. As you saw, he actually eliminated Shine from the initial bracket to get into KSL, so definitely a strong ZVZer, no doubt.
And here comes his opponent, Ware. Very aggressive Zerg, solid player. I'm not sure what a ZVZ between these two is going to look like. ZVZ, generally speaking, is the shortest matchup.
Yeah.
In StarCraft 1. It doesn't mean it can't go for long, but a lot of times things can spiral out of control. You lose a few Zerglings, or a muted battle goes not so well for you, and you're pretty much gone.
No, certainly you're right about that. And even though we can kind of put them in small boxes, like for instance, Ware is a very aggressive player, you have to have a full range of ZVZ, or you just won't be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because your opponent will be able to be like, oh, this guy always goes hatch first. Okay, I'll rush him. You know?
Right.
So you have to be able to do everything in the matchup, and both these guys certainly can.
Yeah, best of fives, especially in ZVZ. You're totally right, Artosis. You need to have quite a toolkit of builds. And really, you have to know all the lines, all the plays, all the way through for what build encounters what and how to leverage your position. So this is going to be cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the CVZ, actually. It's a good one. And the thing is, whoever goes up, I would say that their opponent coming up might be a slight favorite against them, but they both got kind of their own flair, both these Zergs. So really anything could happen here.
Okay, we are moments away from actually jumping into this game, Game 1. Again, guys, nobody gets eliminated just yet. The map, the first map is going to be on Heartbreak Ridge. This is a map that was used some time back.
Yes.
It is, in some matchups, a fairly controversial map. Since you do start out on low ground with a high ground area outside of your, it's like above, first of all, your natural, which is already kind of scary, but it's also over where the entrance is. So ZVZ, for instance, you can absolutely wall in your opponent there in that tight little area, and it's tough to deal with. I'm really curious to see what the rest of our games on Heartbreak Ridge are going to be like, because this map, I want to say this was used like 11. Was it like 11? How old is this map? Like 11 years old or something like that?
Maybe just a little bit more than that, 11, 12 years old, something like that. But
it made for some very weird games, though, when it came out.
Yeah, once upon a time, it certainly did. I think in ZVZ, it won't be too weird. It should be, ZVZ is pretty straightforward.
I think you're right. Out of all the matchups we have, this it gets the closest towards normal.
Yeah.
Again, those small, low-ground entrants where you can get walled in on.
That's right. Absolutely. That's what you're looking for. Like, where are the Zergling concaves going to be? Is there a high ground? That's kind of what ZVZ does come down to. It's a two-player map, so that's something to take into consideration as well.
Sure.
Their overlords will go in the right directions. It might make Zergling Rush a little bit less powerful, something like that.
Yeah.
The other matchups, we'll talk about Heartbreak Ridge more when we get to those.
Yeah, no, and some of the other matchups, there's some very weird stuff that can go down.
Yeah.
And we're going to have that for the first map for every best of five we have.
I believe that's the case.
Yes.
Is that we're always opening on Heartbreak Ridge.
That's what I understand. So
I'm going to have to unveto this on the ladder now.
Well, you're going to get a lot of builds. Considering this is such a weird map, it's going to be fun. I'm curious to see if the games that we have this KSL are going to be similar to what we saw maybe 11, 12 years ago on this map, because the game has developed and changed so much since then. But still, the obvious components of the map especially the area around the natural expansion behind the minerals. That has always been an obvious thing that people want to leverage.
Yeah, I think it won't quite look like it used to. Once upon a time, this was like one of the scariest maps in a lot of matchups. I think it'll be more normal though now.
Okay, guys, our game is ready. This is game 1 to start off KSL Season 2. Action versus Where, a ZVZ.
So we have Action on the right-hand side, as you see right there. One of the stronger up-and-coming Zergs at the moment. Over on the left, we have Where, also known as Miso. This is a guy that I think was lacking in the respect department. A lot of people didn't think he was really that good for a while because he is such an aggressive Zerg, but he's really kind of found his stride now.
Yeah.
And he's always qualifying for everything. He's given great games to all the top players. He's really a strong Zerg. It's just he has a style that people are quicker to discount.
Yeah, and of course, he's going to be probably more out of his element than a lot of these other players who have had so much experience, many of them years and years and years of experience being on stage. And Action, of course, just recently having a lot of success coming out of a ASL group, even though he's dead now, but he came out of an ASL group that was supposed to be impossible for him to advance from.
Yeah.
Even beating Jadong in a ZVZ. I would feel like Action should be in a very good mindset here today.
Yeah, I think so. He's definitely gaining in confidence right now, and he's putting in more practice hours than any other pro as far as we can tell. That's what people are saying, at least. And
yeah,
he was always known for that back in the Kespa days as well. He was the hardest worker on Eastro, and I'm sure that continued forward into KT and all that. So
to start things off, we have Pool and Gas coming down here early on. Now, the way this is set up, we may see these guys cling on one base for a while. You can basically squeeze a Sunken Colony and a Spire in that area.
Yeah.
Pretty safely, and it's not going to be surrounded or taken out. A lot of Zerg builds, and they're kind of refining maps for this as well. But if you have a gas at the top, like you see here, and you get this Sunken Colony, not a Spine Crawler, Sunken Colony in the right spot, you can drone drill through so much and keep everything covered.
That's very true.
And most likely not die to mass lings.
Yeah, in this particular case, because they've both gone for these very early spawning pools, I don't know if we'll end up seeing the Sunken. It's not quite as likely. It's more like if someone gets behind, we might see that, or if someone's trying to really commit across the map.
A lot of times you have a guy on 2 hatches trying to flood him with speedlings, and then you have something else. But we can see now that they've both gone for 1 hatch, at least for now.
And both of them just do have Zerglings out on the map. It's basically the same build order from both sides. They're both getting the very quick layer. And they'll get up to a certain amount of drones that they're pretty comfortable with, and then we're going to see a lot of lings pumped out. Both players should be throwing down a Spire, and this might turn into just crazy dogfights with Zerglings and mutas everywhere.
Yeah, I think that the layer is going to finish just slightly quicker for Action here. He'll be able to throw his Spire down here. Now, one dilemma that you have in ZVZ, especially on one-on-one maps like this map, is that obviously the Overlords can get over to the other side of the map and spy on the player early on, because spy isn't even a great word to use. It's just out in the open, and there's nothing you can do about it. But you can survey what the other side's doing and try to just keep that drone-ling balance pretty clean. So we see the Spires come down here. The positioning is really important, by the way.
Absolutely.
Because let's say that were to get surrounded by lings and it's killed off, well, you're probably going to lose the game then.
Yeah.
Because one guy can keep making mutas, the other guy cannot.
Now, something to mention is that, especially because the Overlords got to kind of see everything, they're looking at each other's drone counts and all that, it's extremely easy for them right now with the same exact build orders to tell how much each other has.
Right.
Like if you see a certain amount of drones, it's not like he's hiding a drone. You know that everything else is Zerglings. So that's definitely, that's kind of funny that those Zerglings, okay, it looks like maybe that was just a weird rally for him. But anyways, this is so tight. How do they end up gaining an edge here is a big question.
Yeah, well, it's funny because with the number of drones they have, it's going to be a while before they can actually have 300 minerals for a hatchery saved up. I mean, when the Spire's done, you're going to start making a lot more Mutalisks.
Yeah.
So this is going to be kind of weird. Now, Where did get Ling Speed. I didn't get a chance to see if Action had Ling Speed here as well.
No, I believe he skipped it. You can see that he actually has almost 100 more gas. So
no, good catch, Zaratosis. You're totally right. So he could, in theory, break this, but it seems like Action's setup is so basically perfect and able to rotate like we just saw there. Brings
Zergling
one
came
Ling right up there to the front line.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit difficult for Ware to actually break through. He is going to try it. He bought the Ling speed, so you got to try something here. Right now, though, Action doing a great job on defense.
Yeah, Action seems to have this mathed out basically perfectly. And now we're going to have those mutas come out.
This is a real big problem for Ware right now. He's not going to be able to quite equal that count, so he might need to get lucky with Scourge.
Okay, so the initial mutas are out here. Now, anything he kills, even if it's a Ling, it's actually quite impactful. When you have two players both on one hatchery, every single unit is so important.
Yeah, and you see the Overlords all kind of withdrawing from the center of the map. If you start losing Overlords, that's not something that you can buy again easily when you have this tiny economy on both sides.
Okay, Overlord getting low here. He needs to try to come in here and save this. Good decision by Action to back up, testing the waters. Now his slowlings are going to be coming across the map, and Action may have a really good setup here to do damage in a lot of different areas.
Yeah, and look at this. So both of them kind of going back and forth over this Overlord, but now these Zerglings getting the main base. There's no Zerglings here for Ware. He has to bring his mutas back, which means the Overlord will die.
Yep,
a huge advantage going right now to Action.
And now that means Ware is supply blocked.
Yeah.
Action continues to grow. And from here, I mean, Action has a lot of leverage over where Ware is. Ware does not know exactly where the mutas are, but can't go too far out of his base to counterattack because he knows Action should have a quicker path inside of the main of Ware. But let's see if that changes with these Scourge out here. If he can have one Scourge each hit a different Mutalisk, he might be able to win the fight and actually chase Action all the way across the map.
Well, absolutely. That would be a game changer right there, no doubt. A Scourge almost kills a Mutalisk. So at that point, like a Muta hit plus a bounce will kill the Muta. So.
By the way, it is another hatchery being made here for Action. It looks like just now there's enough minerals, if Ware wanted to make an extra hatch, but he might instead just make more Mutalisks. But when Ware's hatchery finishes, when Action's hatchery finishes, he's going to be able to make an extractor, he's going to be able to mine more gas, and that means more Mutalisks, which only further cements his ability to win the game.
Yeah, I'm really loving the position of Action, even though he's down by like 2 drones in the mineral line. It's something that Ware decided to purchase a little bit more of. But when you look at that extra hatchery and the extra larvae he's going to have, he's keeping his money right down. He's just really building this Mutalisk count. So, you know, a lot of this might just come down to Micro trying to prevent those Scourge hits. And if he can do that, what an advantage.
Okay, here comes Ware's drone. Just now going to have 300 minerals to make that hatchery, but over on Action side of the map, this is almost done, right? Yeah, he's going to start the extractor. He wants the moment that the hatchery's done, that he can start to suck more gas out and try to totally capitalize on the lead that he now has here.
You know what we might see from him, especially considering how low his drone count has been this whole time? Look at this. He's got 5 drones mining minerals, and he took his gas and his natural. I think we're just going to see mass Scourge out of Action here. This is a newer style in ZVZ with StarCraft Remastered where you almost just like chase them to the edge of the map. There's nowhere else to micro against the Scourge, and then eventually they are going to hit.
Okay, so he's got a ton of these mutas here, and yeah, I think with that many more Scourge, you're completely right, Artosis. Like, he would have to be able to snipe every single one of these Scourge, while the Scourge, or the mutas here of Action are still doing damage. So far, so good, though.
Oh, who has more? Let's see. I mean, this is kind of crazy right now. Ware microing frantically. He actually has a larger muta count, I believe. Oh, some Scourge just hit, though.
And the Scourge now of Action, of Ware actually hitting Action's mutas. I believe that should be it for the mutas, right? It's just one more left.
And that should be a game win for Action right there.
Yeah. Well, from here, you just get a few more mutas and Scourge, and you just beeline it across the map.
If you win one muta battle, it is almost always game in StarCraft 1 ZVZ. And that is exactly what this is looking like right now, Tasteless. Like, the fact that he has that additional base up, the fact that he killed all the mutas of his opponent is continuing to produce. Action is just in a dominating lead right now. Look at the supplies. I mean, that is what a difference that is. 10 supply difference. That's over 50% more supply than his opponent.
It's just huge.
Yeah.
The Scourge are getting the confirmation here that really Ware doesn't have anything. In fact, it's been a few more drones sent out now to try to mine. Overlord's now hidden on the map here for Ware, several of them at least, in the top left. To basically be used as a warning, like a lighthouse almost, to look for other flocks of mutas that are going to be coming in here. But this should be the killing blow.
Yeah, this is going to be it. Ware is going to GG momentarily. His Scourge are coming in. They are not going to get the hits that they need. Even if they do, Action has enough to win this game.
Yeah, these 5 mutas are always going to beat the 2 remaining. There are going to be many more Scourge and mutas rallied across the map here.
Yeah, look at that action Muta Micro 2. It's pretty darn good.
GG.
And that's it. All right.
Nicely done.
Strong first game here. You know, here's where the big difference started. Ware decided to get Zergling speed. He tried to break through, and that's what we were talking about, right? One of the only things you're really looking at on a ZVZ map is where are you making your little Ling concave, right? He made a straight line there. It was a very small area. He was able to defend it until his mutas were out, and then that extra gas was no longer, you know, something that could be spent on mutas or Scourge or anything from Ware, and Action just got real control at that point.
It's really tricky to get that much of a lead in a game where you're both on one hatch and you're doing the exact same build for the most part. I guess the Ling speed, of course, did go to Ware, but Action had mathed that out so perfectly. Yeah. That contain was quite good. He knew exactly when to take full advantage of the lead and gas. And you know, you point out when the second gas kicks in, you just make a bunch of Scourge fly across the map, and you're going to basically win the game. Even if they're good at microing and continue to shoot behind themselves to take out the Scourge, you're going to run out of map. It's like in StarCraft 2, Phoenix versus Phoenix, where you know one side has the range, the other side doesn't, but has an overwhelmingly larger amount of Phoenixes. If you can just push them into an edge where they can't micro off the map, so then they're going to die.
That's certainly true. And, you know, in this game, and I think that ZVZ is a great place that you can look at big topics about StarCraft and boil it down very simply. Like in this game, they did the same strategy, but they used different tactics, right? Like we saw the skip of the speed, then we saw the Zerglings run around into the main base. This forced the mutas back to chase those Lings away from his drones, so he gets an Overlord. What does he do with that advantage? He takes his additional hatchery more quickly, right? He sits on the defensive knowing that he has an advantage based off those two things, and Ware unable to come up with his own tactics to fight back at that point.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what builds they're going to be going for this time around. I guess we'll have to wait and see the map. By the way, the loser picks the map now. So that is a big difference here.
Yeah.
You cannot snowball your way to a win based off maps that you like after winning in game one. But with ZVZ, there are certainly some builds that work better on some maps, but the matchup is still very fluid as far as openings go.
Mm-hmm. You know, I wonder if we're going to keep seeing these quick 9 pools out of these guys, because they do like to play this style as well. But again, you have to have that full range. Part of this can come into what map we're going to go into next. Like, are we going to hit a 4-player map? Are we going to hit another 2-player map? Well, we'll see in a moment here.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the decision to be revealed. But I'm ready. I'm open to whatever maps they're going to have Artosis.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, it's going to be back here on Twitch, casting KSL. This tournament's going to be going all the way through the end of the year, ending on the 15th of December. And we're going to go to Benzene.
Okay. Well, we're going to have another 2-player map here. Here you have a ramp into your main base.
Right.
So that's kind of the big aspect of it. There are multiple ways to go around in the center. So I guess you could sneak Zerglings around your opponent's Zerglings, that type of thing. But yeah, the fact that it's a 2-player map is a big deal. The things like the neutral buildings in the back, those are not going to come into play. Not in a ZVZ.
Yeah, this is going to be fun to see a ZVZ on a map like this. I have a feeling, tell me if you think I'm wrong, I feel like Action will probably 3-0 this. In this series. I felt like Action just seemed to be a little bit more fine-tuned and everything.
Yeah.
He seemed to have a clear vision of the very start of the game all the way to the end, and he seems to be finally hitting the stride that he's been working his entire pro gaming career to get to.
I don't disagree, but a 3-0 in the knife fight that is ZVZ against a player as strong as Ware seems unlikely to me. I'm kind of feeling a 3-1 for Action.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what happens. We're now in game number 2. Let's do it. Ware versus Action. So, let's go. That wasn't me. That's part of the song that was playing. My mic was muted.
Well, this is where Tasteless now copyright claims on the YouTube video gets it taken down.
That's right. That's my song.
All right, let's see what opening build orders they end up doing here.
Yeah.
Benzene, of course, along with Heartbreak Ridge, 2 ladder maps that we have right now in the pool.
Benzene, our map that sounds like a medication.
Yeah, it's for rashes or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like, yeah, it's something like my doctor gave me benzene, but
well,
I'm not allowed to drink on benzene, guys. It's
according to my ladder wrecker in this map, Tasteless, this one is actually causing me all those side effects.
all the side effects. Side effects of benzene include Artosis losing all matchups, like
Losing my ladder points.
yeah, losing ladder points,
Carriers hitting your main from the back.
headaches, wet eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, death.
A bit more salt than
Yeah.
than is healthy.
Yeah.
Increased blood pressure.
If you begin to experience hallucinations on benzene, quit your game immediately.
Oh, what is this? That's amazing.
Just like the Goldilocks. The one in the middle is just right. I only caught the tail end of that image.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a hatch coming down here first for where?
Okay. And it looks like Action's actually going to be doing that as well.
What if all of our games
So that's
turn out to be Action and we're doing the exact same build and Action just does it better and wins? Where's like, wow.
Well, that's actually occurring right now. That was 11 hatch versus 12 hatch.
Mhm.
So this is a funny thing about, well, StarCraft in general. But again, ZVZ is a great matchup where things are very clear and plain. If you do everything 1 drone later than your opponent, that means you have 1 drone more, which adds up gigantically. When you saw last game that it was like
Absolutely.
Action's mining with 5 drones. Imagine mining with 6 against 5. It's
well, and here's what's funny about it
20%
too.
increase.
Somebody might be watching this and saying, well, then don't you want to just get the drone later? Yeah. Well, then why don't people do that? Because you can't scout each other that quickly.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there's kind of this mind game going on of how is he going to open and what exactly do I do to try to counter that or play around that? And there are situations where you can look at a build that you've done and then look at what your opponent's done and realize, okay, I'm not in an ideal spot. This person's basically in theory ahead and still come out tactically with better choices and win.
Yeah. We're going to really see, considering that these are very close builds, even though Action kind of had the leg up on when he made the hatchery just slightly. But when it's, again, the same build order, we're going to have to watch, especially with 2 hatcheries, it becomes a little bit more complex, I would say, right? Because you have more larvae, you have more mineral patches, you have that second gas, so there's a little bit of variation in how you're going to play it. Like, how many drones are you going to get? Are you going to commit to your 2 base circling attack?
Well, this is what can make 2 hatch so exciting as well as the addition of the second hatchery subtly introduces a lot more avenues and ways to macro and strategies you can try to go for in the game. When you have 2 guys that both went on 1 hatch, it's tricky, right? And we saw Action get a lead by a few inches and stretch that into a mile that he was able to close it out with.
Yeah.
So we have the layer coming down here. I'm sorry, the layers are synced right now, Artosis. Is that correct?
I didn't see exactly, but I believe that they are. They
Okay.
should definitely be.
There's a moments where you'll see players just go for Ling speed and try to flood the other side of the map with speedlings and come out on top that way. But of course, if that doesn't work and their layer's done before yours is, they're probably going to have Mutalisks out before you do.
All right, so we just had the layer finish here for Action. Look where he makes that spire. If Ling's getting his base, that spire's gone. Okay.
Yeah, so the layers were synced up.
Yeah. And so everything is timed out correctly. Just watch that gas count. And it's so close to each other. Both sides making a lot of lings. Look at how Action is showing some of his lings. He's trying to just mask how many he has. Of course, the Overlord's going to see.
Yeah, there's this whole mind game where occasionally you'll just show maybe half your lings, keep the other ones back so that they miscalculate how much they need to actually defend with.
Yeah.
And then you can pop out and just overwhelm them. So where, I'm sorry, those are speedlings, right, Artosis?
Both sides
Both
have
sides have
speedlings
speed,
right
okay.
now. And both sides are getting their gas their natural. So this is extremely tight. We see where did an extractor trick there, right? He canceled something to get that 1 extra supply. So maybe he started a building then canceled.
Maybe a creep colony or something like
Yeah.
that. Okay, so where's going to be coming across the map over here towards the north now. At the same time, Action is leaving.
Well, this is that part where you can go around different sides as well. We're going to have to see if that occurs. A couple Lings of Action go around. This is sometimes the most powerful thing that you can do, is do like a little 2-ling counterattack and try to hold them with the rest of the Lings. If you get a couple drones during this, and you have a huge edge.
Okay, Larva's been banked up right now for where. He's going to try to get a lot more Mutalisks out here. Now this angle seems to be a little bit more favorable for Ware for the time being.
Yeah, but the two Lings are actually doing some work on the other side of the map. It looks like Ware broke through as far as his Zerglings go.
All right, it looks like Ware is going to have to watch out for the Mutas that are going to pop out here for action. Ware needs to see what kind of damage he can do Ware inside this base here for action. Action, again, still low, but Mutas are going to hatch soon.
Yeah, unsure exactly how many drones Action ended up killing there, but definitely some damage done to him as well. Over on the other side, I saw at least one drone die for Action.
Yeah,
now his Mutas are out.
Okay, so it is Ware that is still mining gas from his expansion where there has not been a drone sent down for Action to try to help mine some gas over there, which he badly needs. Oh my God!
Ooh.
Good save.
Yeah. Okay, but he's losing an
man.
Overlord right now.
Okay.
So Ware has a nice advantage killing that Overlord off and mining more gas.
Yeah, Ware definitely getting the upper hand here. If he can start to take out these Overlords, it's going to snowball to a point where Action just won't be able to get enough Mutas of his own, and then Ware can immediately win a Muta versus Muta fight if a few more Mutas hatch on his side.
Well, I think Action's going to try this trick again. Run in with his Zerglings, see if he can make the Mutas pull back and then get some Overlords of his own. We'll see if that works out. He's going after one, but Ware, too wise to fall for that trick once again, going out with his Mutas and defending.
Okay, we're still waiting for Action to try to escape the supply block that Ware's created. We're going to be moving across the map now. He does have about 4 Scourge over with the rest of his army. I think there's, what, 2 Scourge over there? Yeah,
Gosh,
that's 2 stacked. Yeah, 2
I
stacked.
believe you're right about that. Yeah, now even more Scourge coming over with Ware. Ware has such an advantage right now.
Now, hold on. There is one set of Lings that's come in here now that's counterattacking, but I just worry that what Ware has right now is going to be too much damage for Action to cope with.
Yeah, he's losing drones left and right. He's going to have to engage this, and there's almost no chance of him holding there.
Yeah, well, he just pretty much lost all of his workers. We actually might see GG here.
Unless these two Lings can do the same on the other side.
Yeah, and I do not think they can.
Okay, so Action's making a beeline towards the main base of Ware. And, I mean, the Lings actually did a lot over there and caused a lot of lost mining time. Okay, he's actually going to try to intercept, maybe? Oh, he's going after an Overlord? That's not how you're going to win this game. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, well, I think what Action wants to do is try to come across the map and just win the fight there. This isn't going to do it, though, I don't think.
I don't think that that's enough.
I mean, if the Scourge are all split so perfectly that each one hits a separate Mutalisk and all the glaives.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Well, let's see what these hits look like. Some good micro from Action, no doubt. He is microing very well at the moment. He's killed all the Scourge of Ware. Let's just see how this goes. Oh my God!
No,
is he actually
this
going to be able
real.
to do this?
No. This isn't real.
Yes, it is real.
No.
Yes, it is real.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Oh my God! Well,
oh my God!
He lost,
no
like,
way.
every drone, and it's no problem.
Wait, how many? Okay, wait, how many? It's so hard to tell how many Mutas are on top of each other. What is that? Like
I
7?
believe he has
7.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like 3 from Ware.
That's
okay, well, now it's
so
5,
crazy. Now hold on. Keep in mind that Action's home base is still in shambles.
Yeah.
There's still Scourge popping out here because Action barely managed to hang on and stay alive. It's just 2 Mutas left, just 1 Muta left.
And now Ware actually takes it right back. I was going to say, that can't be all the fight that Ware has in him. Look at that.
Hold on a second. Hold on a minute.
What?
How many Lings does Ware have? He has 1 over there because there's plenty of Lings on the low ground coming across the map.
Yeah.
There's still Scourge out. Those are 2 injured Mutas, Artosis.
That's true.
1 Scourge hits 1 Muta each.
That's
and he's
true.
in the clear. The Ling counterattack might be enough.
Look at this. He checks what's over here. There are Lings coming in. Uh-oh. 3 Lings against 2. I know who wins that.
Math is hard. Except in that moment.
Even Tasis will do that math.
Even I'll do that math on TV. I'm okay with that. Now, hold on. There's 3 Lings here for Ware. I'm sorry. Where are the Zerglings now for Action?
Okay, that's the last drone for Action. That's
GG.
Okay.
What a game.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. All right, Ware won, and it really seemed like he was supposed to win after we saw him snag those Overlords with that good Ling attack.
Look at both these guys.
Busy.
That was intense.
Yeah.
I mean, on either side, that was a moment where that could have been the most insane comeback ever. Ware barely managed to hang on. That goes to show you just how good Action is at Muta control.
Yeah, he did a great job with that counterattack. It seemed hopeless, but he did take a momentary advantage at that point. But then Ware, gathering his troops, was able to kill everything off and had that lead still.
A lot of tension here in the KSL studio. I mean, that was so close. It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
And now we're tied up 1-1.
Indeed we are. And so I guess it's not going to be a 3-0. That's nice to see.
Hell yeah.
But I do admit, action looking strong right now.
We're going to a short break. When we come back, Action vs. Wear, game number 3.
그때는 그랬다. 학교에서도 학교 밖에서도 언제나 친구들과 함께였다.
어서 와.
그래.
빨리 주세요. 빨리요.
좀 기다려라 좀. 여기 하루 이틀 오냐. 야.
감사합니다. 감사합니다. 야, 너네 열받는다고 그 키보드 세게 두들기면은 게임 꺼버릴 거야.
에
근데 뭐 할 거야?
당연히 저거지 임마.
그거 내 거야. 줘.
알았어.
야, 헌터는 센터지.
그렇지. 오야 가자 시작. 야 저글링 말고 못할 뽑으라고 뭐하냐.
뭔 소리야? 야, 초반에 저글링으로 막아야지. 뭐하면 거냐?
아 답답하네. 오야 한시.
오케이, 오버 보낼게. 몇 시 방향?
에이 기운 받아.
그런 우리에게 스타는 당연한 일상이었고
그만 먹고 집중 좀 해라.
그 순간만큼은 서로를 의지했고 서로를 위해 움직였고 그렇게 스타는 우리를 하나가 되게 해주었다.
야 그나저나 준석이는 좀 컸냐?
야, 벌써부터 다 컸다고 까불어. 아유,
뭘 너랑 똑같네.
근데 보면 불쌍해 죽겠어. 반이나 하고만 몇 개인지. 아유, 진짜.
아 여보세요? 집 근처야. 알겠어. 빨리 들어갈게요. 아씨 빨리 들어오래.
아니야, 빨리 도와줘. 야, 빨리 나 살려 빨리.
한시.
오케이, 취지.
야 내가 이긴다 그랬지?
내가 저글링을 뽑는 이유가 있다니까. 네 우주방어가 옛날 우주방어가 아니야?
니나 잘하세요.
머리만 건들지 말라고.
알았어.
어렸을 때부터 너 그게 문제야. 머리가 예민하다고. 아 진짜.
야야야 같이
이젠 각자의 인생을 살고 있지만 시간이 흘러도 변하지 않는 것이 있다.
우리 실력 아직 안 죽지 않았냐? 안 죽긴.
야, 내 빌드 못 봤냐? 98년부터 이어온 준서표 빌드.
그래 우리 이제 어디가? 추천한데 뭐 좀 먹을까?
아이, 좀.
야, 나 와이프 기다린다. 빨리 가자.
아, 너?
으이구.
적어도 스타를 하는 순간만큼은 함께였던 그 시절로 돌아가 여전히 하나가 된다는 것.
야, 빨리 와.
그대로네.
그때 그리고 지금 그리고 언제나 스타크래프트 리마스터.
자, 또 위쪽입니다. 유진우 선수 빨간색 11시. 유디열 선수.
근데 유진우 선수가 그 프로의 특성상 1경기를 해보면 느낌이 온다고 말씀드리지 않았습니까? 근데 방금은 빌드에 엇갈려서 빌드가 갈려서 잡은 건 잡은 거지만 상대가 12풀이라든지 구드론 이런 운영을 상대로 이긴 건 아니거든요. 그래서 구드론 바로 한 번 더 해봐도 돼요. 이번에 유진우 선수가 구드론을 한 번 더 하고 만약에 상대 운영에 진다? 그럼 그때 가서 빌드를 바꿔도 안 늦습니다. 그래서 이제 프로게이머 출신들이 그런 판짜는 능력, 상대방을 읽어내는 심리적인 부분이 좋기 때문에 유진우 선수가 뭐 지금 오버로드를 생산을 하고 12%를 해도 상당히 좋은 결정이고요. 아니면 오히려 또 한 번 구드론을 해도 되겠고요.
그렇죠. 1세트를 가져간 자의 특권. 일단은 까바가 꾸물꾸물거리고 있다는 거 보여주고 있고요.
자,
스포닝풀.
이건 전 경기에 원한이 담긴 구드론이죠.
자, 눈에는 눈, 얘는
예, 전 경기에 원한이 담겨 있는
예.
스포닝풀입니다.
그렇습니다. 그럴 때 유진우 선수.
근데 유진우 선수는 본인이 빌드 싸움에서 일단 한번 이기지 않았습니까?
예.
그래서 마음이 안심되어 있는 상황이기 때문에 안전하게만 한다면
그렇죠.
네, 내가 뭐 딱히 질 일은 없겠다라고 결정이 섰을 것 같아요.
지금 그 유디열 선수는 걸려만 봐줘. 나도 3분 만에 끝내줄 거야. 걸려만 봐.
그리고 이제 구드론을 할 시에는 오버로드를 보통 저렇게 안 보내요. 예. 역으로 보내거든요. 역으로 보내서 내가 구드론인 걸 최대한 늦게 알리게끔, 그리고 상대방의 위치도 좀 애매하게 알게끔 날리는데, 이렇게 되면 유도열 선수 입장에서는 드론도 한 마리 튀어나가서 상대방 위치부터 확인해야 돼요.
예.
지금 어디 있는지 모릅니다.
그렇습니다. 오버로드는 아직까지 5시에 도착하지 않았고,
근데 보통 구드론의 오버로드를 저렇게 실수로 보내면 대각선으로 뛰어요. 네, 대각선으로 뛰는데 대각선으로 뛰게 되면은 진짜 최악입니다.
그렇죠. 어차피 지금 오버로드가 11시 방향으로 횡으로 가고 있는데, 서쪽 방향으로 가고 있는데, 저글링 대각으로.
네, 보통은 대각으로 보내요. 보통은
일반적으로.
네, 근데 오버로드 방향부터가 일단은 좋지가 않았기 때문에.
일반적이네요. 갑니다. 그 집이 아닙니다.
자, 가로로 일단 가로로 가요.
저글링 나왔어요. 근데
유진우 선수도 이 저글링을 보는 순간 저글링을 약간 후방 배치해주고 드론 3기 정도를 끌고 나와서 앞마당이 완성될 때까지 버티기만 하면 돼요. 근데 이 싸움을 이준희 선수가 일단은 먼저 때렸어요. 구드론이 도망가는
이게
네, 좀 희한한 상황이 나왔네요.
모양이 빠지는데요, 이게 지금.
네, 유진우 선수도 일단
Welcome back to the KSL, guys. We are ready to go into game number 3. It's tied up 1-1 right now. And I got to say, I think we've got what actually should be a close match. I was saying earlier, maybe this is going to be a 3-0 with Action just dominating, but in what was a actually pretty insane ZVZ, Ware did manage to come out on top. But we did see just how good Action is at Muta and Scourge control there in this matchup.
He made a really decisive move that almost brought him back. For a moment there, I was doubting that Ware was going to win that game. That it seemed so obvious that he would win. So, I mean, good job by Action making it close, which does kind of reinforce the fact that we kind of feel like Action is favored here. But it's close. It's 1-1.
Yeah, well, a lot of us thinking that Action's favored is simply based off of the most recent results that he's had here in the ASL. So I expect him to win, but Ware is still a worthy opponent, and an upset still could happen. Even though Action has had recent success, he's nowhere near as storied as some of these other guys we have here in KSL.
Certainly, especially some of the guys in his group are pretty strong, like Rain. Well, let's see what Action can do. Circuit Breakers, our
By the
next
way,
map.
The loser picks the map now in Season 2 of KSL. So this is Action saying, give me Circuit Breakers, give me the big map. Give me the map that's probably been the most played map in StarCraft out of the maps that we have here for the season of KSL.
Yeah, this or Fighting Spirit, I would say, would be the ones, right? So, all right. Well, Circuit Breakers, if you don't know this map, well, welcome. You're new to StarCraft 1, and, you know, it's a scary game. You put on your big boy pants or big girl pants to play it, but you're going to love it, I promise. Circuit Breakers is our gigantic macro map. It's 4 different bases. You know, it's just, there's so much to it, but it's ZVZ, so there's less to it in this matchup.
Yeah, ZVZ, I think, is a little bit less dependent. Yeah, map dependent, I should say.
Yeah.
Than some of the other matchups.
There's little things like ramp versus choke and 4-player versus 3-player versus 2-player.
Right.
But, yeah.
All right, guys, let's go to Game 3. Again, Action versus Ware as we start out Day 1 here, Season 2 of the KSL. Okay, crossbots.
Yeah, really nice. Top right, we have Action right here.
So one thing about crossbots, there's several different angles you can try to run around with Lings to get inside their base. To get to their main in Muta versus Muta, you have to travel the longest distance that there is across the map. Now, Mutas are among the quickest units in the game, but it is still an incredible distance. So trying to have a lot of control on denying whether or not their mutas can even move out is very important.
Yeah.
When you have 2 spawning locations that are very far apart, the person that can get that map control, i.e. taking out overlords, shutting down counterattacks, and forcing their mutas to be on the defense while you're waiting. Because the moment let's say that they try to leave and head towards you, if you're in a better position, you can fly in and start killing drones.
Absolutely.
And when they turn around, you get out of there.
Yeah, it's a very important aspect of ZVZ a lot of the time. And that could be how this game goes down, to be honest. because other than that, it's like to rush in these spots is going to be very difficult. To overwhelm your opponent is going to be difficult. We'll see what build orders that they actually open with. That's kind of what we have to look at. This guy with the sign, KCM and KSL.
This guy could win a mouse. Win a no wait, did we give it away mice? It's headsets and keyboards. All right, don't listen to me. We're not doing mice this time around.
Yeah.
But again, guys, if you come down to the studio, you make a cool sign, well, you might just win big. Vegas big.
Yeah, and that guy showing some love for KCM. Our Korean casters all cast KCM. It's a very popular league on Afrika TV with race battles in it. Both these guys play very regularly in it. In fact, Miso played in it last night, or Ware rather, sorry.
By the way, this is going to be hatchery into pool on 10.
Yeah.
Gas on 10.
So
now Artosis and I, neither of us having any kind of very heavy background in Zerg. I'm not really sure what these two builds look like when they interact with each other.
Well, they both were hatchery first, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar to what we saw last game, right?
When they got the hatch first last time, was that hatch on 12 though? I thought
one was a hatch on 11, one was a hatch on 12,
okay.
And both of these were hatches on 10, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I found to be kind of interesting about it is this is not something I guess I'm as used to over the history of the Zerg that I've gotten to see.
It might be to hedge against a 9-pool speed or something like that, right?
Yeah, maybe you can at least get your hatch out and not be completely countered.
Yeah, you have
by
the
someone
second
who's going for lings.
It's kind of like you have the second hatchery, but you have like a similar amount of drones as an earlier pool build, so you just kind of get your pool up a little bit quicker, you're a little bit safer. Okay, both sides look like they're going for Zergling speed on this game. So that is a big thing to know. We definitely could have some scuffles early on.
Keep in mind that nobody's managed to get a scout into the opposing player's base simply due to the sheer distance these guys are from each other. Of course, it's a 4-player map, so you have to scout all other spots, or at least try to scout all other spots before you find them.
It should be noted, it seems like Ware might be going a little bit more aggressive this game. I saw him pull one drone off gas once he had the 100.
Okay.
And then Action did not. So Action might be banking a little bit more gas, trying to go towards Mutas. And notice that, yeah, see, it's 3 drones still on gas for Action, 2 for Ware. So
it seems like Ware wants to, at the bare minimum, still get the Spire started, but he's not trying to bank up anywhere near as much in gas from Mutas as he's going to try to get enough lings to swamp Action. Now, Action's moving out, and this makes me a little bit worried depending on the positioning of the Ling armies. I think actually Action's going to back up now, realizing the pressure might be on.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Ware trying to come over the bridge. You cannot go over that bridge against that many Zerglings. You are going to get concaved out. And, you know, Action with a bit more gas, you got to think if we do get up to that Mutalisk phase and he doesn't take any damage, that's going to be really nice for him.
Okay, Lings are coming down now across the map, streaming down. Now, it seems like Ware should have enough, but it's going to at least keep the... Oh, hold on, kind of a wonky engage there. Some of those Lings getting beaten up a little bit too much there by Action. Action now pulling out.
That was definitely much better for Ware. He put more damage on those Lings than Action did, but I think Action is not going to turn off the Ling production at the moment. I think there's no way, because this is the one way you are really going to die. Look at that, a Ling does get picked off. Ware going across the map right now.
Now Action can try to take control of the northern part of the 2 bridges that give access to his natural base. If he can basically keep Ware from crossing that, the pairing of the 2 armies should be more favorable to Action on that side of the bridge.
Yeah.
Which may make Ware's any further investment into Lings from Ware just not that good. But we do see Ware is getting a second gas back at home. However, Ware's now going to loop around here, circumventing the bridge, pushing Action back further.
Yeah, and now he has to back up here and try to make a decent concave at his natural. Let's see if Ware can break him once again in a massive two-hatch Ling attack.
Yeah, now with this one Ling coming here to counterattack, it gets confirmation that more Zerglings on Ware's side of the map are being hatched.
So Ware getting his second gas this early, he's going to try to catch up in that gas count to Action, but you can see how far ahead Action got. He got like 150, 180 gas up above Ware. So that is an extra Muta and a couple Scourge or so.
Yeah, the Spires are about to finish. It looks like Action wants to do an all-out flooding over here onto Ware's side of the map, but meanwhile, Ware's going to do a counterattack of his own.
Oh my gosh, well how is this going to end? This is going to be crazy. Both sides going to take huge amounts of damage. Ware will be able to buy more time at the top of his ramp though.
Okay, but if these Lings can maybe even break the top of the ramp, that would be huge. Oh my God, and the Spire's going to go down here. Ware is going to completely deny that tech. Now, there is a sunken colony being made behind this in a position where it seems like Ware can utilize his drones in a drilling fashion to try to keep the sunken colony alive.
Well, if he can hold this at all, he should be able to take this game, considering his Lings are just ravaging the base of his opponent here. Action needs to get his damage done. Muta's popping out. But, I mean, does Action have any Scourge, any Mutas, anything like that?
I do not know. In fact, he's going to send his drones across to the other side of the map. Now, there's so many drones here still alive for Ware. Now, 2 Mutas is not going to kill off this many Lings quickly anytime soon.
Man, I don't know what he can do right now.
Wait a minute. He's Action's going to have to make an extractor somewhere. He's about to lose all of his buildings.
Yeah, he's got a couple buildings left in his main base, so he's got a little bit of time left. This is a crazy base trade.
Here we go. 1 extractor up there. Oh, my God.
He has
Action.
money for some more. Look as he's going to attack the buildings. Oh, my God, this base race is just crazy. And with the extractor on the other side of the map, I think Action's going to take it.
I think he's done it.
Oh, my God.
Oh!
Whoa, chills. I have chills.
That was so sick.
That was so awesome.
That was so good.
That was scary, too, because
damn.
Ware's move, I felt like, was better, but the pull of the drones instantly and the banking of a little bit of money made all the difference.
But I don't like mirror matchups. They're boring.
Yeah.
Shut up.
God.
That was one of the coolest things ever. Look at that. He had the exact right amount of Lings to do that damage. The Mutas were pulled out, and there were enough drones, and he got that 1 extractor up. He was also intent on getting the other extractor up in the main. Action.
Dude, this is the best series of the season.
This is it. This is actually the finals, in case you guys are confused, all right? One of these 2 guys is going to win the whole KSL.
Oh, man. Just a crazy couple games coming out here. I am loving this series so far. Action and Ware meant to play against each other.
That was so good.
Gosh, I hope they hit in the final match of this group, too.
So that means we have Action up 2-1. But you can really see, especially in Game 2 and in Game 3, it's very even.
Yeah.
A few decisions differently, done differently. By
really,
either side, you have a different game.
It really does feel like Action is a little bit better than Ware. Just a little bit, though. It's a great match, and it's like, Action's just got this little edge. He's like, I brought my drones. I didn't spend all my minerals, and here's my extractor.
Yeah.
If Ware had an extractor across the map, can you then go across and kill that? No, probably not. The Mutas will make all the difference at that point.
By the way, keep in mind in StarCraft 1, it's not like StarCraft 2. You just have to find the remaining buildings. We don't, reveal the hatcheries or anything else like that. So you have to think there could have been extractors made anywhere else in the map, and the game doesn't just tell you that. So just
you don't know what there is.
One thing to keep in mind. I know a lot of people that are watching have been watching StarCraft 1 forever, but there are people that just watch StarCraft 2 and don't know that. So just filling you guys in. We're going to be going to Game 3, although we don't know the map just yet. Let's see what Ware picked.
Okay. In the way of an Eddie.
In the way of an Eddie. Sorry, Eddie.
Yeah.
But
it's another ladder map that we have right now. A little different thing. It is a 4-player map. You also, there's a lot of high ground to low ground switches here, and your main is on the low ground with a ramp up to high ground where your natural is. So that's something to take into consideration. If you're making your concave, you're going to be at the bottom of a ramp if you're defensive.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. I am very much so looking forward to having a lot of games on this map. Again, guys, the variety of maps is what makes an RTS great. To see how the game will operate, the different matchups operate on different settings.
Yeah.
With different features to take advantage of or things to watch out for depending on your race and the matchup and the player you're up against.
You see this? Axial Symmetry map. Heroes of the Storm Center, not capitalized. I love it. Blizzard's like, yes! Heroes of the Storm Center to this map! Wow!
Okay.
You guys like Arthas, right? Wow!
We're moments away from going into Game 4, guys. Again, if Action loses here, or wins here, that's it. Ware has to win this game and the next, or he will be our first loser. Not eliminated, but lost the series in the KSL. Let's go!
Alrighty. Bottom left, we have Action. And the top left, see in a moment. It's going to be Weir.
There was a long time ago a player named Weir.
I know.
One of the great American players, super nice guy.
Yeah.
I met Weir, one of the guys who represented the United States.
Yeah.
My first tournament I ever went to.
Oh, yeah? Which one was that?
The one in Los Angeles in a PC cafe in Koreatown.
Cool.
WCG. I was there. My mom was there, and I was right at that age because my mom would let me go to the tournament alone because I was 15.
Yeah.
And I'm like down there, and I'm like right at that age where for some reason you're like embarrassed or worried that people are going to know that you have a mom, which doesn't make any sense. But he talked to my mom. Very cool guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And there's been a long history in Korea and outside Korea of these players in different periods and different eras coming out, dominating, occasionally moving on to different walks of life or coming back, like we have with Remastered. So many players returning to try to come out and dominate.
Now, we should mention the build orders are not lining up this time for the first time. We don't have them anywhere near the same. We have a 9 pool from Weir, and from Action, that's an 11 hatch right there. So Weir, especially with his Overlord scouting in the right direction, has the advantage here.
That's right.
He's going to know exactly where his opponent is, and he's going to know his build order pretty soon.
And we're still waiting for that pool to come down now from Action. Looks like he's banking up for it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Weir having a pool finishing earlier on, that of course gives him the initiative, especially when you can see that Action didn't send his Overlord in the proper direction by no fault of his own. You don't know exactly where your opponent spawns on this map.
And he doesn't see that creep yet. There's some things when you mess around with vision while observing a StarCraft game that are not accurate that you see, but I will point those out when it shows. He sees what's going on, he sees the timing of the pool, and he thinks to himself, all right, we're going to Game 5 probably.
Yeah, now Weir's going to be headed southbound with these Lings.
Yeah, Action's going to be very disheartened when they grow underneath his Overlord.
This is going to be a moment where I think he might just get hard countered here. The Overlord's going to see this and get that confirmation.
Yeah. This won't necessarily end the game right at this moment, but well, I think there's a decent chance.
The math can get fuzzy. Artosis is right on that. The math can absolutely get fuzzy on this. But let's see where it goes. Does he go right into the main and try to kill drones? Does he try to just pounce on top of the hatchery saying cancel or die?
Yeah, and letting it finish, I'm actually not even surprised about that. Action,
Whoa.
Like, if you just cancel it and go into your main base, you're not going to win that.
Action's going to try to save the hatchery here.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. He's trying to buy time for his Lings that are making. This is not going well, though. The game is basically over.
He's going to lose his cake and not have it, as the expression goes.
Yes.
GG.
Okay.
Game 5 it is.
Game 5 it is. So that is what a build order counter can look like in ZVZ. We're getting the good side of that. And, of course, things did go his way with the correct Overlord Scout. What else can you say?
Well, Action definitely ticked off about that loss. The game stopped before it started. And, Action really, he committed everything to trying to keep the hatchery alive. And he both lost his drones and the hatchery, and then the Lings came out. So
I want to mention the Overlord Scout as well. Now, I'm not 100% certain of this, but it strikes me. Action scouted towards the natural, which is normally what you do with an Overlord Scout. Weir scouted in the other direction, so he's as a 9-pooler, he's kind of expecting that.
We'll be right back, guys, for the final game, Action vs. Weir. Stick
on. 그때는 그랬다. 학교에서도 학교 밖에서도 언제나 친구들과 함께였다.
어서 와.
그래. 빨리 주세요. 빨리요.
좀 기다려라 좀. 여기 하루 이틀 오냐.
감사합니다.
야, 너네 열받는다고 그 키보드 세게 두들기면은 게임 꺼버릴 거야.
네. 근데 뭐 할까?
당연히 저거지 마.
그거 내 거야. 줘.
알겠어.
야, 헌터는 센터지.
그렇지. 오야, 가자. 시작. 야, 저글링 말고 못할 뽑으라고 뭐하냐?
뭔 소리야? 야, 초반에 저글링으로 막아야지. 무한맵 하냐?
아, 답답하네. 오야, 한시.
오케이. 5분 보낼게. 몇 시 방향?
에이, 기운
그런 우리에게 스타는 당연한 일상이었고
그만 먹고 집중 좀 해라.
그 순간만큼은 서로를 의지했고 서로를 위해 움직였고 그렇게 스타는 우리를 하나가 되게 해주었다.
야, 그나저나 준석이는 좀 컸냐?
야, 벌써부터 다 컸다고 까불어. 아유.
뭘 너랑 똑같네.
근데 보면 불쌍해 죽겠어. 다니는 학원만 몇 개인지. 아유, 진짜.
아, 여보세요? 집 근처야. 알겠어. 빨리 들어갈게요. 아씨, 빨리 들어오래.
그게 아니라 빨리 도와줘. 야, 빨리 나 살려 빨리.
한시.
그 취지.
야, 내가 이긴다 그랬지?
내가 저글링을 뽑는 이유가 있다니까. 네 우주 방어가 옛날 우주 방어가 아니야.
니나 잘하세요.
머리랑 건들지 말라고.
알았어.
어렸을 때부터 너 그게 문제야. 머리가 예민하다고. 진짜.
야, 같이
이젠 각자의 인생을 살고 있지만 시간이 흘러도 변하지 않는 것이 있다.
우리 실력 아직 안 죽지 않았냐?
안 죽긴. 야, 내 빌드 못 봤냐? 98년부터 이어온 준서표 빌드.
그래, 우리 이제 어디가? 추천한데 뭐 좀 먹을까?
아이, 좀.
야, 나 와이프 기다린다. 빨리 가자.
너?
으이구.
적어도 스타를 하는 순간만큼은 함께였던 그 시절로 돌아가 여전히 하나가 된다는 것.
야, 빨리 와.
그대로네. 그때 그리고 지금 그리고 언제나 스타크래프트 리마스터.
자, 지난 KSL 첫 번째 시즌에 많은 사랑을 받았던 로드킬.
전진 8배로.
베럭스. 자, 이 판단도 하기가 쉽지 않아요.
지금은 테크트리 차이가 너무 많이 나기 때문에 이건 테크트리 차이가 극복이 안 될 것 같네요.
그러니까 원래 그 정형화된 공식 같은 빌드를 타지 못하고 지금 즉흥적인 선택을 할 수밖에 없는 상황인 것 같아요. 자, 그 사이에 본진의 해처리를 하나 더 가져가고 있는 모습입니다.
근데 토스전이라면 이런 게 통했을 거예요.
예.
토스전에 테크트리가 느려도 자원적으로 부유하면은 괜찮거든요. 근데 테란전에 있어서 저그가 테크트리가 저렇게 느리다. 저거는 사실상 좀 말도 안 되는 플레이거든요.
예.
그래서 이거는 그냥 3배럭 병력에 앞마당 뚫려서 죽을 수도 있어요.
자, 수비할 수 있는 게 성큰 3동 정도.
그러니까 지금 오진식 선수가 생각을 하는 게 스캔을 했을 때 본진 그리고 본진의 투회 처리 그리고 앞마당 완벽한 나는 3회 처리다.
예.
이런 연기를 하고 있는 건데 저게 통하면 진짜
그러니까
다행이에요.
하던 말던
네.
정민기 선수는
통하면 다행인데 진짜 네가 뭐 이걸 하든지 말든지 그래갖고 병력 그냥 모아서 뚫어버릴 수 있는 게
예.
테크가 느리기 때문에 이거 테크 지금 너무 느리거든요.
그렇죠. 지금 스파이어가 지금 올라가기 시작했고
그러니까 정민기도 알 거예요. 스캔을 찍어봤는데 어라? 내가 마린 메딕이 지금 상대 앞에 한 부대나 있는데 지금 스파이어가 올라가? 지금 뮤탈리스크가 떠도 안 이상한 타이밍에
이상한데 이런.
네, 지금 뮤탈리스크가 떠도 안 이상한데 지금 스파이어가 올라간다? 그럼 이거 이상한 거 느끼죠.
그렇죠.
네.
자, 상대가 완전히 엉켜 있다던가 지금 뭔가 이상하다라는 생각을 할 것 같습니다. 그리고 베럭스는 꾸준하게 가동 중.
이거 성큰 4개로 좀 부족해 보인다는 생각도 드는 게 이제 또 진출을 할 거거든요. 근데 마린메딕
업그레이드도,
2부대, 01업 된 마린메딕 2부대면요. 와, 화력도 어마무시하고요. 그리고 지금 계속해서 테크트리 말씀을 드리는 게 뮤탈리스크 떴을 때 이건 뭐 사이언스 버실이 또 올라갈 그런 테크트리 차이여서
그렇죠.
이거 오메이시 선수가 뒤로 가면 갈수록 조금 힘들어 보이긴 합니다.
그러니까 뮤탈리스크가 떴을 때 수비 용도로 쓰이는 건 원하는 게 아니죠, 저그들이.
네, 지금 오진식 선수가 하는 플레이는 프로토스전에나 가능한 연기력이지 테란한테 저런 연기를 하는 거는 글쎄요
야,
좀
이거
안 좋아
자원-
보이긴 해요.
자원을 안 쓸 수가 없잖아. 근데 바리케이트를 쌓아야죠. 자, 조금 있으면 공격력 업그레이드 끝납니다. 스팀
자.
먹고요. 스팀 먹고요. 자,
뚫으려고
매딩 먼저 앞서서
움직이네요.
끌고 갑니다. 성큰 내동. 뚫.
자, 근데
릴.
야, 이거 지금 마린 메딕이 2대 정도라서
뚫리네요.
자, 이제 뮤탈리스크가 뜨긴 뜨는데 뮤탈리스크 컨트롤이
We're back.
All right.
Game 5 time.
Yeah, immediately going to a Game 5 right off the bat. What a good season already.
Yeah.
Damn.
Great ZVZs to start this off at the KSL, where with an opening that basically counters what Action was doing.
Yeah.
But I think the big takeaway from that game was the unorthodox scout pattern that we saw Ware take there.
Oh, yeah. Like, so normally you send your Overlord towards the natural that's close to you because it's a rotationally symmetric map. But the thing is, he's expecting that Overlord to come if Action is in the top right.
Right.
And then he's sending Overlord south. So I think that's probably what he did. He's like, I get more scouting done because I'm trying to rush.
Yeah.
So in case there's something like that. But
The gamble paid off. So
Yeah,
now we go
worked
to
out.
Game 5. I'd say Action overall today has looked a little bit better.
Yep.
But, you know, ZVZ, it's tough. So much can happen in one ZVZ. You make just a few errors in micro and the game can end. So
It's a tightrope walk. It's basically like American Gladiator, right?
Where they have
they're
the
battling
Q-tips. Yeah, that's
the
right.
Giant Q-tips, and they're like standing on the balance beam doing it too.
That's right.
ZVZ is pretty much like that.
My favorite American Gladiators are Blaze and Lace.
Yeah, Blaze and Lace were good.
Blaze and Lace were good.
Yeah. But imagine if instead of giant
Where are
Q-tips,
they
they actually have knives on the end.
That's right. Ooh, Lordy.
Watch out, Blaze.
Look out, Blaze. Careful, Lace.
Look at Action, man. He's like,
roadkill.
Okay.
Action looks like a villain right now whose plans are being foiled.
They are being foiled. He thought this was going to be easier than it is right now, I think.
That's right. And Ware is like, I mean, I think, you know, after the first, 2 games, it was pretty stressful, but I think by now Ware's like, no, you know what? I can actually do this.
Yeah. Roadkill, our next map. This is actually a foreigner-made map, meaning that this is the first pro map ever made by someone who is not Korean. This is
and we want more
main.
Maps like this.
Yeah, it's actually a good map. It's got that low ground main, so similar to the Eddie map, where if you have your link concave, it's going to be at the bottom. Yeah, I mean you've got a mineral base that's on the high ground. That's not going to really come into play in ZVZ. But yeah, it's ZVZ. I guess when we go into other matchups, we can talk more deeply about the maps.
This
but
is
I'm like,
sorry,
I don't know,
guys.
man. It's still links and
ZVZ is
mutas.
kind of funny. Like sometimes the map is a big factor. A lot of times it's more scouting patterns and
4-player
distances.
ramp.
Yeah. Okay, I believe our game is ready to go, guys. The winner goes on to the winner's phase of this group. The loser is not eliminated yet. But there's a lot on the line right now in KSL with the competition this fierce. Let's wrap this series up. Action versus Ware.
Cool.
Coolio.
Where?
Groovy.
The right hand position, 3 o'clock.
Where's the other guy, Artosis?
Well, I'm going to tell you in a moment. I want to see a picture where first. Oh, we're going to skip
Nope,
that.
we're not going to do that camera shot.
Oh,
All right.
Action over at 9 then. There you go. That's what's up. Let's see what their opening builds are. Definitely is impactful. They are both scouting in the wrong direction with their Overlord, so it's even in that regard.
Yeah. So now we want to watch and see, is it going to be hatchery or spawning pool first?
I think they might open with some aggressive builds here, Tasteless.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm just kind of feeling I just saw Action make an Overlord, whereas Ware is going for a 9 pool. So will this be a 12 pool or will this be a quick hatchery? If he goes
to be honest,
quick
if
hatchery
it's a 12 pool, man, that is a pretty great counter to a 9 pool.
Yeah.
You have a considerable number of drones ahead.
Oh, it's over pool.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. So that is also good against 9 pool. He's already got his Overlord out, or his, Ware right here is going for a very aggressive build.
Yeah.
Action just has slightly more economy.
So a little bit of history here. The build that Ware's doing, this was one of the first really good builds, that seemed like it would work in any matchup way early on in StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the rules have kind of changed here. But the idea was that you mine gas very quickly while getting lings out very quickly, and a lot of times you'll pull the drones off the gas after you've got mined 100 gas because you just need ling speed. And what you're doing is you're going for a fight early on.
Yeah.
And lings being, and I'm not even joking here, one of the best units in the game.
Generally considered the best unit.
Yeah, they are incredibly strong, incredibly robust. Very different from StarCraft 2 Lings, which sometimes they just die.
You know, these things are tough.
They're much beefier. Their body blocking ability is huge. And he's going to come in there and try to really keep some pressure on.
Yeah.
Now, what Action's done, and I think some players in theory would say that they might like Action's position a little bit better.
Yeah.
Is he went for overpull but into quick layer, not overpull into expand or anything like that. And basically, Action should be able to hold off kind of sort of everything if control doesn't get out of hand.
We should mention,
yes,
Action has gone for speed. Where has not gone for speed.
Correct.
So that is one of the big differences here, of course, as far as opening build orders. Action got his Overlord a bit quicker. So
try to get that last Ling. He should be able to get that one moved behind. Yep, and covered pretty nicely.
Okay, now this is interesting to watch Ware do this because he does not have Zergling speed. So to take this kind of offensive stance right now makes me a bit worried for him. If you're getting Zergling speed, you're definitely making a lot of Zerglings as Action here.
Of course, having a surround there on the high ground, that's not going to be easy for Action to break, but you know, if they're both, if one player has Ling speed, the other one doesn't, and it does appear as though Ware has about 100 more gas than his opponent.
Yeah, this Action's going to break out. Ware is going to be in some trouble, I think, actually, Tasteless.
Yeah.
Like, just now he got in, he got to see the drone count, he knows that there's extra Lings that are hidden, but he cannot run away because it's against Ling speed. His best trade is in the position he's in right now, but he's going to take a hatchery. There's 0% chance to hold that.
Yeah, no, this is actually
so he hasn't
maybe
read
a little
this
bit.
right.
Yeah, this is too greedy. Either he's crazy greedy and hoping that Action won't see the opening here, or he's misread what Action's doing, because Slowlings on the high ground against Speedlings, and you can see that a decent number have been pulled back here. And he's going to just do a drone drill right up here.
Oh my God, so good by Action here.
This is great.
Okay, well, yeah, there you go. This Action will end up breaking out of here. He's targeting down drones a little bit. I don't even know about that, but now Action has Speedlings out. See, he's canceled the hatchery. This shows that he really wasn't aware. Even though his Overlord got in and saw the drone count, he was not actually aware that how many Zerglings there were.
I think he had a very bad read on that. Now there's a sunken colony coming down here. The hatchery, as you said, Artosis, has already been canceled. But I mean, this is pretty flimsy defense. He's actually making an Evo chamber here for the functionality of walling.
Yes.
Okay, this isn't like he's like, I'm gonna get armor too. No, he is just trying to keep the sunken colony from being entirely surrounded. But you know what can't be stopped from being surrounded? The Spire.
That's very true. Look at this Scourge coming over. Just Scourge for Action
he's
right
so
now.
good.
He's going to chase the mutas away so his Lings can play.
I love it. Again, doesn't want to lose too many of these Lings. Every Ling is precious.
Okay, well, I mean, he's actually lost a lot of the Lings, so the Lings are almost like done doing really much of anything here.
Okay.
Oh my
it's getting
gosh.
lower.
This might be bad. Okay, well that.
Can you do it?
He's gonna pop another muta, so he'll be all right.
I thought it actually hit that muta.
But that went well for Action overall, right? Because he killed 2 mutas and almost a muta with 3 sets of Scourge.
But hold on, how many drones are on each side? Are there 4 or 5 drones here mining minerals for Action? I think Ware has like 6 or 8 or something.
Yeah, no, Ware, I don't actually know the extra drone count, so I'm saying like that one thing, the Scourge versus the mutas went well for him. Now they're having some scuffles back and forth.
Now, of course, when the Scourge come in, you do have to retreat from them and try to use perfect micro to try to hold that off. Of course, with Glaives here, this is going to be a 2 versus 1, although I think Action may want to back. Whoa! Drones have been killing off workers back here.
Oh, my
If I'm
God.
seeing that correctly, Action only has 4 drones total.
Yeah, I think Ware has got a huge lead at this point. He did pick off quite a few.
Okay,
oh my
so
God. He's got 4 drones.
It seems to me like Ware can make more of both Lings and Zerglings. I'm sorry, Zerglings and mutas, excuse me. And I think just basically take out Action.
Yeah.
If Action makes 1 or 2 more drones, I think Ware just has more. If he doesn't, I mean, isn't it just a matter of time before Ware can outproduce Action?
100%. Like, this game is pretty much over. Action has to do it right now. I think basically he has to get perfect Scourge hits and kill all the mutas immediately. And it seems impossible. It's 5 mutas against 2 mutas and 4 Scourge.
Okay, pretty good control, but another set of Scourge are coming in here. There it is. GG.
All right.
Action's done. And Ware is going to have to change his ID to here.
Yeah. Where,
Look at Ware.
well,
He's happy. He just beat Action, someone who's shown some of the best games we've seen in the later half of 2018 for StarCraft
yeah, certainly.
1. So,
A very solid victory for him. And Action, you can see, is definitely very frustrated.
yeah,
I think this was definitely a match he felt like he was going to be able to take. You were thinking of 3-0 there.
I was crazy. Man, was I wrong. So,
But you know what? I thought Action played very well overall. Ware made some good moves, though. That little link
Sure.
counterattack, if you are not on top of it, you lose those drones, and that's it.
okay, well, that wraps up the first half of today, but we have another great match coming up. By the way, what an awesome ZVZ.
Yeah.
Shows you that really that matchup can be such a nail biter.
When it's a close CVZ and it's not just rock, paper, scissors builds like
Oh,
we
yeah.
saw in Game 4, it's really exciting. It's good stuff. That's some good StarCraft right there.
Okay, Light versus Rain is coming up next. The Terran versus Protoss. Now, Light is a phenomenal player against Zerg, but Rain might be the hottest Protoss that there is right now. I mean, he won ASL the previous season. Almost got to the finals of the KSL, only he was smashed by Jadong, but Rain usually manhandles these Terrans.
He generally does.
He usually puts him in a headlock and gives him a noogie that's a little bit too hard. The Terran's kind of trying to hold back tears and not cry.
I've even seen
But it
him make
hurts.
Flash eat spiders, okay?
Yeah,
It's-
he holds him down. He makes him eat spiders. They're screaming, I don't want to eat spiders, please. You know,
Yeah.
he basically sits on top of the Terran and he starts throwing the action figures in the lake. Terran's crying, no, like that.
Turns on the gas stove, starts melting the
That's
Terran's
right.
Barbie.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I would love to see Light actually beat Rain, but I think Rain is just
Well, we'll talk more about that when we get into it. Light's actually quite good against Protoss as well. He's not known for it. You're certainly right about that, but he has his shots, Staceless. We are going to do an interview first, though, with Ware.
and our professional translator / model G-Clap is going to be bringing that out.
I believe he prefers professional model / translator.
I'm sorry, that's right. And we're going to be going to that right now as G-Clap translates this while doing Blue Steel.
We're going to have the first winner of KSL Season 2. Congratulations, Ware, on your first match. The opening match, actually. You had a full 5 games. How does it feel after the game? First of all, I came in thinking that I'm not going to lose. After that 1-1, it was actually really hard. I was about to die going into the third game. I just wanted to play my own and show everyone that what I can actually do in ZVZ. So you're actually pretty confident coming into the matchup today? Yeah, without any confidence. A ZVZ, you just cannot win. That's what you got to bring to the match. I think that mindset really helped me today. Of course, the confidence can't really do the job. You have to prepare and do a lot of practice. What did you focus on your practices? In my practices, honestly, I wanted to play somewhat passive today. I'm not really a defensive player, to be honest. I'm an aggressive player. But I think after playing a few of the games today, I changed my style a little bit. I just had to against him. And the second game was actually on fire. That was a really hard game to win. Even after a win, you were actually making some bad face. Having a defense, I was actually trying to gain some time. Having a sunken in the high ground with the Zerglings. But my Lings actually came around and it was sandwiched in the middle. And I was actually regretting myself for making that decision. And I wanted to just have better games right after. We got to talk about the final game. And we had some commercial break. What were you thinking in the middle of the break? I'm really confident in 9 pull. I didn't really choose going into the final game, but after I went into the game, I had a lot of confidence in 9 pull, and I wanted to do it, had the confidence to do it. And then the opponent actually went for the overpull. I lost in the build, but in terms of the momentum, I think I had it. I don't think you have to be that defensive with that many Zerglings. I think that was actually the reason why I was able to maintain the momentum in the game. You're going to be in the winner's match. It's going to be either Light or Rain. Who would you like to face? I would like to have Rain in the winner's match. Map pool's actually pretty good. And Light is actually really good against Rain too. So I think Light, who's actually really strong against Zerg, I think avoiding him is actually a better matchup for myself. Yeah, congratulations, Ware, on your first match. It seems like that's it. Let's go back.